welcome. It's a bonus episode. Happy midweek. We both went to go see the Guardians. Wait, is it the? I think it is actually
What?
The Guardians of the Galaxy,
What
right?
are you talking about?
Is there no the?
No, it's
All right.
cleaner. Don't you know that?
All right, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. That's true. You don't want.
Should we start over? I feel like this is terrible.
No, this isn't terrible.
Okay.
Do you really want to start over?
It's you're the one sounding dumb. I don't care either way.
I don't mind sounding dumb. Yeah, you don't want two thes in a title, I guess. Guardians of the Galaxy
The
Volume
Fast and the
3.
Furious.
Oh, that's true. That works out. That works fine.
Yep. They got
Or
more
how
movies
about-
than these did.
How about the band The? They don't even have any other words in it. It's just two thes.
I don't know that.
Yeah, and they had a song in this movie.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, this is the day. Yeah, that one.
All right, keep going.
All right, hey, D Train here, Daniel Erdberg. Over there is Logan Adair,
So
and fucking, we both went to see the movie this weekend in the theaters. How was your experience, Logan?
it was great. I went with my brother who was here the last few days. He paid for my ticket because he wanted to go see it with me so bad. And I had a great time.
That's nice. I went over here in Las Vegas to Town Square, and the old AMC there. Saw all my old friends. You know, there's like people who work in the AMC that I see every week now, and I'm shipping some of them.
What do you mean?
All right, like there's this one girl who on her name tag it says, they say what their favorite movies are on the name tag.
I've never seen this. I've heard people talk about this. I've never seen
I
this
love
before.
it. I love it. And hers says The Labyrinth, which is confusing because that movie's just called Labyrinth.
Yeah, they pulled a D train.
Very good. So I refer to her as Labyrinth when I talk about her, which is probably too often for a stranger. And
How old are these people? Are they too young for you to be talking to?
oh yeah, they're all in high school. So Labyrinth. Now she works. She rips the tickets sometimes. Well,
When you say ship, you mean like you want them to be in relationship?
yeah,
That's what I'm
that's right.
So you want these high schoolers hooking up as well?
Right. So she sometimes you'll see her talking to this floppy-haired boy. All right, and I want them to be together. They have nice chemistry. They make a sweet little high school couple. But
What's his favorite movie?
I don't remember. I wish I could. So one of them says it, like 20, and in parentheses 2017. Just to let you know.
What if it said It Chapter 2?
No, I'd be pissed. I'd have to say something.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
It Chapter 2 is the number 2 we'd rank, right? Not It, the remake? Like the It Part 1? That's the remake, right? It Chapter 2 would be the one we do.
What do you mean the one we do?
It for when we rank Part 2s.
Oh,
Rank It Chapter 2 rather than
Yeah.
It, the remake?
Yes, yeah.
Alright, Jesus.
All right. So floppy-haired kid in Labyrinth, I like.
Right.
But recently, listen to this, Logan. This is gonna blow your mind. A new kid started working there, and I think he saw Labyrinth on day one. Said to himself, "I want a piece of that." All right. Then he goes into the back room. And they're like, "What's your favorite movie for the name tag?" Do you know what he put on there?
Labyrinth.
The Labyrinth.
Yeah,
I don't
same
think he's
thing.
ever even seen Labyrinth.
No.
I think he just saw that title on her fucking name tag, and
That's hilarious.
so he
Because it's a fuck up. He definitely has not seen it.
absolutely.
The two people would not independently fuck it up.
And so now I've seen him a couple times sniffing around Labyrinth. And listen, if the kids of the AMC movie theater in Las Vegas are listening right now, I want that kid to get the fuck out of there. Hey, floppy hair, you gotta make your move, man. No faffing around. Labyrinth
Use it
is,
or lose it.
yeah, she's primed for the taking, and it's time to go for
Jesus
it.
Christ.
What?
All right. How hyperbolic should we get with this Guardians movie? I made a couple lists. You ready?
What
Is
do
it-
you got?
The best third in the MCU. All right? You want to go one by one? Iron Man 3. This is better.
Wait, we're doing superlatives already? We haven't even talked about the movie.
You're talking about hooking up like 16-year-olds. I want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right.
Is it better or worse than Iron Man 3? That's what we're doing.
No, I think. But what the real answer is Thor Ragnarok.
You think that's the best one?
I think that up to this point was the best number 3.
Civil War?
Civil War is up there too. Yeah,
Infinity War.
this is better than that.
All right. I think this is the best one.
Best
third.
It's up there. I definitely want to say that I think it's the best trilogy. Because I was thinking about it, like, even, like, discounting Thor 4. Like, because the first Guardians is better than Thor 1 by a lot. And the second one's really bad. So, like, but the
No, it's not. No, it's not.
it is. But the contender, I think, would be Captain America.
Yeah.
But, like, the weakest Captain America is the first one. The weakest Guardians is the second one. And, in my opinion. And I think the second Guardians is better than the first Captain America.
I don't think that's necessarily true. But I think
Which
but I
part?
think I don't think that Guardians 2 is necessarily better than Captain America 1, but I think and I'm not even sure that and I think that the two Captain Americas 2 and 3 are better than 1 and 3 of Guardians as a whole. I think 1 of Guardians, like, I didn't like as much on the rewatch this time, but I think this works. I think this is the best trilogy as a whole, if that makes any sense.
Well, also, like, it's one continuous story and one continuous arc. Whereas Captain
It's one
America,
vision.
yeah, yeah. Whereas Captain America is like Joe Johnston doing weird shit in World War II, and then the second one is just like a great standalone, and then the third one is like tied into the rest of the universe or whatever. So there's like a lot going on there, and
Yeah.
I don't know. What about Iron Man? Is that the best trilogy?
No way. Iron Man 2 is one of the worst Marvel movies.
I see. That's where we disagree. You like, I'm down on Thor 2, and you're gonna go ahead and defend that. I defend Iron Man 2. I think that's not bad.
No, Iron Man 2 is pretty garbage.
You got Mickey Rourke and Sam Rockwell. It's a fun time.
I want my bud. Give me my bud. That's all Mickey Rourke's doing. in
What
that
is
movie.
that?
He like talks about his bird the whole movie. Like,
That's how he pronounces it.
that's what he does. I guess I'll have to play a clip because you don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
but
please do.
I want my bird.
A bird? You want a bird?
I want my bird.
I can get you a bird. I can get you 10 birds.
I want my bird.
Well, okay, nothing's impossible. Are we talking about? Is this a bird back in Russia?
But no, Iron Man 2 sucks. These are great.
All right. So
Is this the best third superhero movie ever?
whoa.
I have another list, okay?
Whoa.
Spider-Man 3, Batman Forever, X-Men 3, Superman 3, The Crow
Wow.
Salvation.
Why are so many threes
Blade Trinity.
terrible?
Exactly. All of them suck. The Dark Knight Rises, does that count?
No.
Okay. So, I think this is the best third superhero movie we've ever gotten. That's what I was getting.
Wow, that's bold.
Yeah. This is Bold City.
Some people don't like this movie.
Really? Who? I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think some people were put off by all the animal torture and stuff.
What?
Yeah, I have like,
That's who Rocket is.
there's people I follow on Letterboxd that gave this like 2s, 1.5. I saw 1.5.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta really be searching for problems with these Marvel movies to not like this one.
Yeah, I could not care less about Marvel, and I loved this movie.
Yeah,
Really?
what's the last Marvel movie as good as this one?
Avengers Endgame.
I like this more than those Thanos movies. So,
All right.
what's right before those Avengers movies?
right before those Avengers movies. Should we
Yeah.
look up Marvel Phase 3?
Yeah, give me the Marvel order. I'll tell you.
I actually don't know what the different phases are.
MCU order. That's all you gotta do. I'm googling that right now.
All right.
Oh, but they're all telling you.
Okay,
How do I
so-
watch
okay.
it chronologically? Watch Captain America first.
No, here we
It's in
go.
World War II. Shut the fuck up.
We'll start. So between Guardians 2 and now, Spider-Man: Homecoming, your favorite.
Oh, well then this is the best. This is the best Marvel movie since Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Well, Thor: Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War,
Oh.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, which
All
you
right,
really like,
This
right?
is the best. Yeah, but this is better, I think. This is the best Marvel movie since Black Panther. How about that?
I think this might be the best Marvel movie.
That's insane.
I think it might be. And my favorite is Avengers Endgame, flat out. I think that's my favorite one, and I think this one might be better.
I'm not gonna go that far.
All right. I mean, we'll get into it, but I thought like every character works so well. Like the problem with those movies is like maybe there's too many characters they don't get to, but I thought everyone just set up, payoff, crushed it. I thought he nailed everything.
All right. So
Yeah.
I mean, let's get into it. Shall we talk James Gunn?
And this is like the most real, like there are actual real sets and real costumes and like real actors with makeup. That's not in those other Marvel movies. Really.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too. I was impressed with the costumes. Even more so than the last one. Remember in Guardians 2, I was complaining there's too much CGI in this one.
Yeah,
I
but
think
not
I
here.
think he pulled it back a little bit for this one.
That amazing Wonder that we get, that's like the greatest action scene we've gotten in Marvel ever.
In which one? This one?
Yeah, with No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Oh,
When
yeah.
that
Oh,
plays, and
yeah,
it's
that
like,
was
like
cool as
5 minutes
hell.
long. That was awesome. Like every frame, James Gunn is just he's so good. Like it's funny, but it's also cool. He's just they fucked up. I mean, that was your review, but Marvel really fucked up.
Yeah, they fucked up hard. I mean, because let's talk about it. There was a period of time where he was fired from this movie.
Yeah, the pedophile tweets. Right?
Yeah. So this dude, he started out working for Troma, right? Which is why Lloyd Kaufman is in all three Guardians movies. And then he gets hired for the first Guardians of the Galaxy on the basis of Super, which is like kind of like a weird off-kilter superhero movie. And I mean, it's really good. It's probably better than any of these. But then he does the Guardians. He gets fired after the second one. And yeah, what was it? Some old tweets, right?
Right. They were doing that. It was like they were firing Kevin Hart from the Oscars because of things
Oh,
like
yeah, I
that. It was
remember
like
that.
that specific time where like any tweets you're getting fired from upcoming stuff. I don't think they do that as much anymore, but we did for a second there.
But James
Maybe we do. I don't know.
James Gunn's tweets, like I remember reading them and I thought they were funny. Like you gotta understand, this is a guy that comes from Troma. Like that's a fucked up, crazy world where like the humor is about the grossest things possible. Like it gets dark and weird, and so. Like, I understood where he was coming from with the tweets. They weren't all funny, but, like, I knew where they were coming from.
Well, you started this episode saying, I want all the 16-year-olds at my local movie theater to start doing each other.
I don't want them to start doing me, though.
Yeah. All right. That's fair enough.
Yeah. All right?
Yeah.
I mean, Labyrinth has braces. I'm not fucking with that.
The Labyrinth. That's so funny he copied it. He just straight up The Labyrinth.
I
He's
know.
never heard of that movie
I
before in his
know.
life.
Fucking pissed me off. All right.
Props to her, though, for knowing Labyrinth. That's pretty cool.
I know, right? She seems
Even if she got it wrong.
She seems great. I hope floppy hair fucking locks it down. So he goes off. He does the Suicide Squad for DC.
Great film.
Yeah, the best DC movie. I mean,
Yes,
of
best
like
DC movie, and I
of-
think better than either of the first two Guardians movies. I think this one's better, but I think that's better than
interesting.
the first two.
Interesting. Yeah, I think like from like Man of Steel up, like we're talking that era of DC. That's easily the best DC movie.
Yeah, earlier I think I might have said this is the best Marvel movie. I meant MCU, obviously. It's not better than like Spider-Man 2.
Of course. Your beloved Spider-Man 2.
You act like I'm insane for saying that, but Spider-Man 2 is
I know,
one of the greatest movies of all time.
I know, it's a great movie, but like, you know, it's like you mentioned Spider-Man 2 in every episode of the franchise the same way you mentioned the Buffy
That's
episode
not
of Witch
true.
in every episode of Buffy's Angels.
No, which I really do. I never talk about Spider-Man 2. Maybe in like our list episodes, it's always number one, but not here. I don't think.
All right. So
Spoiler alert for the other one that we're about to do.
I read that the day after DC announced the Suicide Squad, like Marvel waited for them to announce it and then saw that like people were excited about it. Like no one was pissed off about it. Everyone was just like, "Oh, good. That's what should be happening." They like got in touch with him like, maybe let's do Guardians 3. All right?
Yeah.
And it's so stupid. So he does Guardians 3, but at the same time, like DC has hired this man to like reboot their entire cinematic universe. He's in charge of every character. He's writing
like
and
CEO.
yeah, he's the Kevin Feige of DC, and he's writing and directing the new Superman movie. Like Marvel, it's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen a corporation do. Like, fire their best employee over some old tweets. And then, like, no one even gave a shit about the tweets. And now he's in charge of their only competitor.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. By the way,
I hope the fucking new DC movies rule. I hope from whatever his first one is on, I hope they're
Superman, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
How do you feel about that? Do you think his tone would work with a Superman movie?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, man. It's not like there's never been a weird Superman comic. Superman's weird. Like,
I was just asking a question.
They don't all have to be like Richard Donner does the thing where it's like larger in life. You will believe a man can fly, and like John Williams score and 3-hour epic. Like that's great. I mean, he nailed it, but fucking that's not the only tone you can do with Superman. Superman's a character that's been around since the 30s, and they've done a lot of different shit with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I'm dying to see that Superman movie. I'm dying to see what he does with DC in general. I like those characters, and I hope Marvel disintegrates. I really do.
Yeah, I honestly, this might be the last Marvel movie I watch.
That's great. Really?
I don't know what's coming up really, but I could care less.
Well, I liked that first Captain Marvel, so I want to see the Marvels. Right?
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I saw the trailer in front of this movie.
It looked like an actual movie.
Yeah, it did, and it had the little girl from Miss Marvel. I like her.
Yeah, I didn't know her.
All right, you want to hear the upcoming Marvel slate?
Yeah, tell me.
All right, they've got That's Next. All right, in November. Then
yeah, maybe I'll see that.
Then next year they got 4 movies on the docket.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Captain America: New World Order.
I'm out.
That's because you're racist, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see it because I'm not racist. But that's coming out next year. Then Thunderbolts. That's going to be a team movie. It's got the Florence Pugh character in there.
All right, I'm in.
And the Wyatt Russell and the Sebastian Stan. They're all in there.
Okay. Is Haley Steinfeld ever coming to the MCU proper movies?
Probably. They're setting up the Young Avengers. She'll be in that if they do it.
All right. I might see that for Florence.
All right. Then they got Blade coming out finally. Although they stopped production on it this week because of the writer's strike.
But that's got Mia Goth, so I might go check that out too.
See,
and Mahershala, I'm not racist.
They pull you back in. I'm telling you. Yeah. Then they got Deadpool 3.
I'm out again.
But they
We gotta cover it actually.
But Hugh Jax is in it.
Oh yeah, damn it! They're bringing me back in.
Yeah, this is how they get you, man.
Yep.
And then
when are the Fantastic Four coming in?
That's right. That's after Deadpool 3.
Okay, and they've got Adam Driver and all those guys.
What do you
Margot
mean?
Robbie. I thought they were talking about Adam Driver and Margot Robbie.
Oh, I hadn't heard anything about casting for that one.
Oh, okay.
Who would Adam Driver play? Dr. Doom?
No, Mr. Fantastic.
What?
I thought. You know who my pick was for Doctor Doom? Justin Theroux. What do you think?
That's
Pretty
all
good,
right.
right?
I think listen to this. Adam Driver is Dr. Doom. You have him with the same little voice modifier as
What about
Kylo
Ethan
Ren. What? Yeah, that would be
Hawke,
all right.
Dr.
That would be
Doom.
all right. No, but why wouldn't they just get for
Pedro.
Can you let me finish a fucking sentence?
Mine were so good I couldn't keep it in. Go ahead.
Who's Pedro?
Pedro Pascal. What are you the biggest star on the planet right now?
I thought you meant Pedro Almodovar. I was like, why would they get him? All right.
Well, they could get him too if Pascal says no.
I guess you're right. Or then I was like, does he mean Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite? All right. But I think for Mr. Fantastic, why wouldn't they just get John Krasinski?
Yeah.
Because he was Mr. Fantastic in that one scene of
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
And I thought people were clamoring for that for a long time. They were like, get Krasinski. Bring him in.
I say listen, Fantastic Four, it's Marvel's first family. That's what it's known as. So you get John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, then you throw in Emily Blunt as Invisible Woman.
But then you just think you're watching The Quiet Place.
It's A Quiet Place. Who sounds stupid now?
You're right. God damn it. Yeah.
All right.
And then bring in the deaf girl as the thing. And she signs
No!
clobber in time.
No,
Oh my
she
god.
could be,
That's genius.
she could be Valeria. They've got a daughter and a son. You know, Franklin and Valeria.
No, she has to sign it's clobber in time. That's way too funny to pass up
that
on.
is funny.
That is so funny.
Well, what she could play Human Torch and sign Flame On.
Oh, that's good too. That's great. Either way, wow.
He's always announcing that. Like he might get like he'd probably take more villains by surprise if he didn't just say Flame On. They'd be like, oh, I guess he's gonna turn into Flame now. But
That's a great-
people
like Shazam too, right?
yeah, but Shazam has to say that to activate his powers.
But why doesn't he just stay as Shazam? Why would he ever be the kid? Because then when you encounter danger, you have to scream Shazam to turn into your guy and show your location.
I don't know, man. It's been a while since I've watched Shazam.
Me too.
I didn't see this. Whoa, what was that? I didn't see this.
Maybe I will for when we do part 2. Do you think I should, or should I wait? For
I'm
episode
gonna
maybe?
watch it when it's on a streamer.
I think it's available somewhere.
It's rentable.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting until it's free. I
Yeah,
ain't
I'll wait for
paying
that.
money to watch fucking Shazam 2.
Yeah. Sorry, David Gordon Green was the guy that made it. Who made that movie?
I don't remember.
Robert Marshall. What's that guy's name?
Chuck.
God damn it. No.
Who is that guy?
David F. Sandberg. Sorry.
Thank you. Oh,
There's-
Letterboxd David F. Sandberg.
Yeah, your favorite Letterboxd follow.
Yeah. Well, he's not my favorite.
I'm your favorite.
You are my favorite, Logan. You are great on Letterboxd. Hey, if you're not on Letterboxd, get on there just for Logan's reviews.
Thanks.
You never know what you're gonna get. All right.
Oh yeah, Guardians. We haven't talked about any of these characters. These great character arcs we got in this movie.
Yeah. So the movie starts. And everyone's bummed, right? Which I like because the other
I'm
two
a
start
weirdo.
very exuberantly. Well, I guess the mom dies in the first one, huh?
Yeah, but then it's hey.
Yeah, right. That's right. And that is exuberant. It's exuberant as hell. So
And then the next one's that great opening credit scene where Groot's trying to like little baby Groot running around plugging stuff in.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cute. I missed Baby Groot.
Yeah, he looks different in this one. I sort of liked how he looked though.
Yeah, it looks like, you know what he looks like? You know when you see a teenager who's like bulked up, you're like, what's that teenager spending so much time in the gym for?
Yeah, he sort of looked like that.
That's what he looked like.
Like his face was muscular. It's like his head was muscular.
yeah, totally. Man, spending time in those Sunnydale High showers, am I right? With the steroid steam. Hey, listen to us talk about Buffy on Buffy's Angels, patreon.com.
There's a Go Fish reference if you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Patreon.com/the franchise. All right. So they and so it's Rocket Raccoon, and
one of my faves.
He's got one of the best arcs in the whole MCU.
Yeah.
Right? I love where where he ended up in this one, where he now acknowledges himself as a raccoon.
Yeah, it was like Buffy acknowledging she's a vampire slayer.
You mean
I'm Buffy, the vampire slayer.
You mean the season 3 premiere Anne?
Yes, that's exactly
what I'm
talking about.
So they he's
stop with the Buffy reference. Too much. It's mostly my fault. Sorry.
He's walking around listening to "Creep" by Radiohead.
Was it a cover or like a acoustic version?
Yeah,
something's off with it.
Yeah. I'd heard this version before, but it's not the single version. It's an acoustic version. They've done it live like this. But I don't know. I was hoping it would be with the fuckins, but they had it with the Varies.
What's this? What are you talking about?
You know, in the original Creep, he goes, "You're so fucking special." I was, yeah. But you know, in the radio edit of it, it's "You're so very special."
Yeah, and they saved the F for that Chris Pratt moment,
which is very surprising and made me guffaw.
I was spoiled. I knew it was coming.
Oh, I didn't. I
saw the clip.
I didn't know anything about this movie except that there was animal torture in it.
Yeah, I knew about that, and I saw the clip. They were like, "First ever Marvel F," and it was like the clip. They're in the car. He's like, "Open the
That's
effing door."
That's the first ever Marvel F?
That's what I heard.
They never gave Downey one?
According to what I saw this week on Twitter.
That's wild. I think there should be a fucking every Marvel movie. One of them. No, maybe not. Kids watch them. But you know what? I gotta say, when I went to see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania earlier in the year, the audience was all kids.
This is a better 3 than that, by the way.
What?
This is a better third installment than that.
Oh, by a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole audience was kids and their parents, all right? And it was annoying. It was, I hated it. The movie was bad. The audience was bad. It wasn't a fun time for me. You know, I'm not mad at seeing kids going to see these movies. I think that's great. They should. I actually love Halloween. I love going out on Halloween and seeing kids in Marvel costumes because Marvel that didn't really exist when I was a kid. I went as Halloween to Halloween one year as like Wolverine, and it was like not a popular character.
Yeah, but they knew. People surely knew who Wolverine was, right?
No, people did.
Nobody asked you, like, who are you?
No, absolutely. It wasn't like I went as Morrissey when I was 17. But, you know, they knew who Wolverine was, but it wasn't like now kids go as, like, Black Panther. Like, I see, like, white kids as Black Panther. And it's like everyone knows who they are. Like, that rules. But, anyway, the audience of Quantumania was all kids. I go see this. It's not real. It's mostly adults. I think like Guardians of the Galaxy, normal moviegoers that don't give a shit about the MCU go see these.
Yeah, and the first one came out 9 years ago. So if you were like a 10-year-old at that point, you're 19 years old now watching this third one.
But I'm telling you, everyone was like 30 in that theater.
Yeah, I didn't really notice. I didn't really notice who I was around.
I
didn't hear any kids.
Yeah, I didn't. There were very few kids in my theater. It was exciting. I guess they were all going to see "It's a Me, Mario." Hey, that's Chris Pratt too. What a month Chris Pratt is having at the multiplex.
Sometimes that happens. Remember when Jonathan Majors was in Creed 3 and that other one that he was in?
Yeah, and soon he'll be in prison.
Ant-Man 3. He was in both those at the same time.
Yeah. JM. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, he's not in good shape right now. That court case is not going well for him.
I saw people talking about they want this guy, Chukwudi Iwuji, to play the new Kang the Conqueror. I've seen people talking about that.
Well, you can't do that. He's the High Evolutionary.
Yeah, well, people love to talk about stuff.
That's true. I did think he was great. I don't know that I'd ever seen him in anything. Who is this guy?
I feel like this is probably the first time I ever saw him too. I mean, I'm clicking on him. I guess I can look at him.
Yeah, tell me
Been
what
in
he's
a bunch
been
of
in.
TV. Oh, he was in John Wick 2.
What?
Who's he in John Wick 2?
Chuck
He played
Woody
a Tony.
Awuji.
That
You know what's
doesn't help,
funny?
did it?
For months I'd been going. Every time I go to the movies, I see Nuvi. You familiar with Nuvi?
Sure.
Yeah. So my old friend Maria Menounos, she tells you what's coming up in the movies, and they were doing this one spot about Guardians 3, and they're telling you like who's starring in it, and it's like we got new actors in this one. Get Will Poulter, Chukwueze Owuji, and I'm like, they mentioned that name like it's somebody like we'll pop for. Like, oh fuck, Owuji's in this. I gotta go.
Yeah, they got a Woogie. Yeah, no, he's been in TV. He was in 2 episodes of Doctor Who.
Oh, he was in
an episode
Peacemaker.
of Madam Secretary.
That's how he knows Gunn.
Oh, right. My brother told me that he was in Peacemaker.
Yeah. Oh,
Eight,
yeah.
8 episodes.
He was
He's a
in
big
When
character.
They See Us. I watched. That's
All right.
about the Central Park Five, or the Exonerated Five, as we now call them.
Designated Survivor. You ever watch that one?
I watched the first few episodes.
All right. Well, that's what he's in.
Quantico. I watched the first few episodes of that too.
All right. Well, I didn't know him, but I thought he was good.
He's in a movie called Daniel Isn't Real, but I got news for you. I'm very real. I'm the realist.
All right. What else?
All right. I don't know where. Oh, so the creep. Right. Everyone's really depressed. I was surprised they went as far as they did. Actually, like Star-Lord's like blackout drunk.
Yeah, that's a big thing. He sort of blames himself. He thinks like he could have helped Rocket if he wasn't so drunk the whole time.
Yeah.
Like Rocket wouldn't be hurt right now.
I do wish there wasn't shit that happened in the Avengers movies that impacted this series so much.
He handled it great. All the Gamora stuff, I thought. That's mostly the biggest obstacle, right? That she's dead.
Yeah.
But I thought he crushed it. I love Gamora. In
There's
this
that
movie.
good scene in like an elevator where someone's like explaining what happened
Yes.
in the
That's funny.
and he's like that covers it, right? That was good enough. And
Yeah.
I appreciated that. I thought he did a good job with that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that scene.
Okay. All right, so who are the characters? Who are the Guardians of the Galaxy, Logan?
Did you like Gamora though? You're not a big Gamora fan. I feel like when we covered those, I was a way bigger fan than you were.
Gamora's definitely my least favorite of the Guardians. Her arc in this one was good. I really liked the scene where Chris Pratt is talking to her on the open line, but he thinks it's a closed line.
Yes, that was very funny.
Yeah.
Well, she sort of like she has an arc, but she doesn't. Like she just goes back to the Ravagers. But I love that she starts out. She's like, "Do you guys actually know what Groot is saying? Like you guys are making that up, right?" But then Groot talks to her at the end, and she's like,
she
and
understands it. Yeah, that was sweet.
great.
That was very
That was so
sweet.
Yeah, I love that.
Remember when Groot says, "I love you guys"?
Yes, that was crazy. That was
Aw.
that was one of the first times I ever heard I really heard Vin Diesel. I was like, "Oh, that's Vin Diesel right
Yeah,
there."
I audibly awed at that moment in the theater. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah. Did you cry? I cried a few times.
No, of course not.
Oh yeah, me either. I was just joking.
Yeah. It was probably the first time I've liked a Nebula.
Oh yeah, I was a big Nebula fan. I loved everybody in this movie. I got to be honest. My least favorite was maybe Groot, just
You know-
because he had the least to do.
You know who's the best though? Like I love Rocket Raccoon, like obviously, but fucking Batista.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's wild is Batista I thought was so fucking funny in the first like 15 minutes of the movie that I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill him. He's gonna be like an early death in this movie. And he didn't. He's just that good.
He did get shot though at one point. I thought he might die. but
Exactly.
they
No,
sort of-
that's what I'm saying. I was like, oh my god, that's why they made him so good at the beginning, because he's gonna die. But no, he's just
And
great.
Mantis's acting, Palm Clementif, there was really good. I thought that might be his death. Like she sold it like he might be dying. I bought it.
Yeah, you're right, man. Were you hoping a little bit that they'd hook up?
No, okay. So you the way you talk makes everything sound really gross. So and I don't want to think about these people just like hooking up. But if these people like loved each other and found love and created a family, I would love that.
That's all I mean, man.
I know, but like when I hear Daniel talking about like people hooking up, I think you're thinking about it gross, but I wasn't, so I would have liked that. But I
don't want to see Mantis with like Drax the Destroyer's hog in her mouth. I just want them to like make out.
Well, that's what I think of when you bring it up that way. But I would have liked that, yeah. But I like her ending, how she goes off to discover herself.
Yeah. Well, what about? All right, so the opening is like Will Poulter shows up.
Right.
I thought he was
What'd you think of him?
A little underused, don't you think?
Yeah, but he's supposed to be, I think.
Yeah, I guess you don't want like the new people to overpower the old people in the closing
the only
chapter.
Reason, exactly, and the only reason he's in the last movie is because of Marvel having to set up Adam Warlock or whatever, and then Sir James Gunn wanted no business with that. And so in this one, he's just like the guy. He starts the thing, and then at the end, he saves Quill. That's his thing. He gets a second chance.
I was happy to see him because
I thought it was really funny.
Seeing Will Poulter means they're bringing back the gold people, and that was my favorite part of the second movie.
Were you sad that Debicki died?
Yeah, I fucking
we
was.
Loved her.
And I loved her in this. I loved her in this, like in her only few scenes. But she's great. Put Elizabeth Debicki in more stuff.
Oh, she's great at playing like just out of her mind, like going insane.
But she's great at playing like a normal lady too. How good is she in Widows?
She's great in Widows. I mean, how normal are you if you're one of the characters in Widows?
I guess you're right. So Poulter, he's the Millers as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And I liked him in that show Dope Sick. So I'm rooting for that guy. He's like a interesting actor with a weird face.
They put him on the Marvel superhero serum stuff. So he's all jacked now.
Is he?
You didn't notice how giant he was?
I didn't notice.
Come on, you're crazy.
No,
it's like Kumail whenever Kumail did it.
Yeah, it is weird. Like every Marvel actor, like now, it's like, why'd your jaw get so weird? It's because of all that human growth hormone.
That's why I love Batista. He was this way before.
Yeah, that's right.
He's probably gotten smaller, actually.
I was watching Monday Night Raw last night. And they congratulated Batista. They put up a little card that was like, "Congratulations, Batista, on the #1 movie worldwide."
That's amazing. How'd they spell Batista? Did they spell like his name or the wrestling version?
They spelled it the wrestling version, and they played his theme song.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it.
I was really excited.
That's awesome.
Legend Batista. All right,
the animal.
That's right, the animal of Legacy.
He was my favorite. I was gonna say he was my favorite one of Legacy.
Well, the whole arc of Legacy that was fun was like watching Batista like turn on them.
Yeah, he's just a fucking madman.
Yeah, face turn, baby. Fuck you, Randy Orton. Fuck you, Ric Flair. T-Dog. That's what I call Triple H.
Since when?
Since right now.
T-Dog.
Yeah. All right, so we're also getting all these flashbacks, right?
We see his friends.
Yeah. One of them's...
Do you know who they were? Do you recognize the voices? Because I tried. I couldn't do it.
I'd recognize the Otter, but that's it.
Who was the Otter?
It was Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, I couldn't get her. My brother was like, do you know? Because he had already seen this movie. And he was like, do you know who this is? And I was like, no, give me a second. Let me try to do it. And I couldn't pull it. He had to tell me. I
was surprised when the Otter died because I thought that she was going to turn into a human and marry Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, I had actually forgotten about that until after the movie. My brother was like, did you realize that she's in the Marvel movies? And I was like, oh shit, she is.
Doing double duty.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. That was sad when they all died.
Yeah, Teefs and Floor. Those jokes were great. Like when she says that she wants to be called Floor because she's on the floor right now. Yeah. That's a funny joke, man.
Sure. Oh. Yeah, how'd you not cry watching this movie at all? Like when
I laughed a lot. I think James Gunn movies are so funny.
They are. They are. I think this is the funniest one, and I think this is the most crying one.
Marvel comedy is some of the worst comedy you'll find in the world right now.
Yep.
Like,
check out Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah, the glibness of it is so insufferable. Everyone talks the same. It's like, do not go in there.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, it really is like that. Or awkward. That's another one. But I don't. But this one, but James Gunn, he finds a way in. It's it's just genuinely funny. It's really, I appreciate it.
Yeah, like the one where it's when Mantis and Drax go off together, and she's like she makes the guy like fall in love with Drax, and he's just hitting on Drax for a few minutes.
Yeah, that was great. I like every time Drax called the kids idiots. I liked
when he did the chicken noise, but it was just a robot. That was so funny.
Yeah,
there was like magic to that moment. Like I felt real magic in that moment with the kids and everything.
I liked the running bit where Nathan Fillion kept saying like he is a dumb guy on his squad.
Yeah. There was one where they visit Ratcatcher 2 from the Suicide Squad, and they're like, if you don't cooperate, I'm gonna kill that carrot-looking guy, and then cut to a guy that just looks like a carrot.
Yeah, and he's like, oh.
Oh man. Yeah.
Hey, Nathan Fillion, by the way, it's nice to see him. You know, James Gunn, he's stuck with that dude. He's the lead of Slither. I think he's in Super, and then I just got done watching The Rookie, season 5, so it's nice to see him. I was like, hey, The Rookie's here.
He was in the first one as like a CGI guy.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah,
and Rooker's in this again. I know he died.
Yeah, and he's in that funny suit. That he's great.
What's suit? Oh, Fillion.
Yeah, the whole vibe of these movies is just like a good time, man. Like you might be right. I think Guardians 3. I think it's the best Guardians movie.
It's easily the best Guardians movie. The question is it the best MCU movie?
I think
maybe.
I'm not going that far yet, but maybe on a rewatch. Who knows?
When it's like Rocket's about to die, and he's like at the Harry Potter world, and he's like talking to Dumbledore, or he's talking to his friend, and she's like, she stops him, but he's like excited. He's like, I want to go with you guys and be in heaven with you guys. Like that was good stuff.
That made you cry?
No,
come on. Tell me the parts you cried.
I didn't.
You said you did.
That was just a joke.
Don't act like some kind of big man.
That was just to try to be relatable to people, so they're like, "Oh, I cried too."
You cry all the time at movies.
Come on,
tell me what
you know how much.
Yeah, I do. I know that you cry all the time at movies.
Well, it was like that. It was like Rocket accepting that he wanted to die made me happy that he was happy with it. But I also didn't want him to die, so when she stopped him and was like, "No, you still have a purpose here."
Did you think she was gonna stop him?
No,
I did.
All the marketing was like Rocket's. This is Rocket's last farewell. I really bought it. I thought he was.
Oh, he's gonna be back. I think they're gonna do a Guardians of the Galaxy 4 with like the new squad. That's why like the only like continuous people on the squad are Rocket and Groot, because Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper don't have to be on set.
But this was the first time I feel like I've seen Bradley Cooper like marketing the movie like out at junctions and stuff, and I feel like this was probably his last thing. Like it felt like there was a finality to Rocket coming into this, and I did think he was gonna die, but he didn't. No, and I'm glad he didn't.
Nobody died, did they?
No, not even the bad guy, or the bad guy blow up on the ship at the end.
Debicki died.
Debicki died. Yeah, Debicki died.
Yeah, Rooker, he died in the last movie, but I liked Sean Gunn a lot in this one.
Oh, Sean Gunn. Well, yeah, Borat's daughter. She's playing that little
Oh my god.
whatever it is.
Yeah, Maria Bakalova.
It's a dog, right?
Yeah, it's a dog. I love that shit where he calls her a bad dog early on
So
in the
cute.
movie.
Everyone's arc is pays
and
off.
then like that carries through. And then when he finally says she's a good dog, it's a nice
love
moment.
it, love it.
Yeah.
Her name's Cosmo, by the way. Which is
Yeah,
good.
yeah. She debuted in that holiday special, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, shit, I didn't remember. That's a great call. Yeah, the holiday special, the Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else? What other characters are there?
Oh, there's so many great characters, Logan.
Yeah. What other great characters?
I don't know who was the.
Are we talking enough about the villain?
No, maybe.
What did he do?
not.
He just wanted to make the world perfect. What was his thing?
Yeah, that was interesting. The whole Counter Earth thing. Like, I really liked when they were driving around on Counter Earth, and you see like little, because that's from the comics. Like that's a concept called the Animen, that are these animal people, and it's the kind of thing like I wouldn't have thought would have worked outside of the comic book page, but it did, and I liked seeing them like dealing drugs and like beating each other up in alleys and shit. That was kind of fascinating.
I liked when they went to that house and Drax kept laying on the couch and they're like, Drax,
I
get
loved
up!
that. I loved that shit.
Drax
great.
possible MVP.
I loved there was so much good stuff in that scene too. There was in the background they had like the pictures of the kids on the wall, and it was like their school pictures, and the background was those like laser things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
That was one of the great backgrounds when I was a kid. I always wanted that one, but my mom was like, "No, it's not going to age well," and she was right.
All right. What else?
You tell me, man. You love it.
I did, but I feel like we talked about a lot of it. Did we talk enough about Peter Quill? He goes off and visits his grandpa. That was nice from the first movie. That's a little.
Oh yeah, that was a nice little tied off arc as
The
well.
two people that leave are Mantis and Quill. I guess they're done.
Yeah. I continue to find Chris Pratt perfectly likable. I don't give a shit that he's like religious or whatever and hunts. Like people seem to get so up in arms about him.
Yeah, I mean, I do think this is his best role he's ever done. Right? I think Peter Quill's is.
His best role ever is Andy on Parks and Rec.
I knew you were gonna say that, but like as a movie star, I feel like this is his peak. As what they've tried to make him as a movie star.
Oh, absolutely, because he gets to be funny, and he's funny. Like that's the problem with those Jurassic Park movies. They're humorless.
Owen Grady, you mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like this is the best thing. And I did have that thought. I think he's really good. I don't have a problem with him, like, as an actor, really, too much. My thing is, like, what he did to my beloved Anna Faris. I don't know if I'll ever get over
divorced her?
Yeah.
He was sick of fucking her. Who cares? Whatever. You can't stay with a woman just because she's beloved by the culture.
Yeah. I think you have to.
No, he fell in love with somebody else. It happens.
What, Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, what's her name? Catherine Schwarzenegger?
That's right. You got it. Yeah. Did he not cheat on Anna Faris, though? Was it not a cheating thing?
Listen, sometimes there's some crossover with these things.
Come on. It's Anna Faris.
Look, I love Anna Faris. She's great. I root for her. I think she's hilarious. She's the house bunny. But I don't hold it against Chris Pratt.
I do.
But
I thought he was great in this movie.
His father-in-law is Arnold Schwarzenegger now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah. Who's father-in-law before? Like Dave Farris from Middle America? Who gives a shit?
I think it was Bobby Ferris.
Who's that?
I don't know.
All right. Do you actually know that? Did you just pull Anna Faris's father's name off your head?
No.
Oh, okay. You just made it up. All right. Let's talk about the score a little bit. I mean, the songs, because
the soundtrack.
They changed it up. In the first two, it's all like soft rock hits of the 70s, right?
Really?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, I thought it was like 80s stuff.
I feel like it's mostly 70s.
I don't fucking know.
All right, but this one, they really changed it up. They got that Heart song at the beginning. There's like the Flaming Lips. They play Do You Realize? I was like, holy shit, Flaming Lips. It's exciting.
Which part was that at? Do you remember?
It slows down. That you have the most beautiful face. Like, that was great. And here's what I'm hoping, bro. In the Meantime by Space Hog. I want Space Hog to get the same career bump that Kate Bush got. All right, from Stranger Things, to the point that, like, in 3 years, Space Hog's going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What did they have?
In the Meantime, that's like, it's towards the beginning of the movie, like when they're going off on their first mission, they're like jumping out to go to the Nathan Fillion ship, and they go, ooh.
Oh, this is when they're in the colorful space. They're in the colorful ship space.
Yes,
costumes?
yes.
That was one of my favorite ones of the movie.
That song is so fucking baller. You know, that song, my old co-host Henry Papali, that song makes him so happy that when we used to work at Barnes & Noble, sometimes I would DJ on my iPod, the music that played in the store. I always played that song first to cheer up Henry.
That's great. I love that. Maybe that'll be the outro. I was thinking of the Dog Days Are Over, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, that was fun too, you know? Like,
that was a great ending.
If you would have told me going into the movie that Guardians 3 ends with like a dance along to The Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine, I would have been like, that sounds fucking insufferable.
It was magical.
It kind of is. Like, I had a really good, I was dancing right along with them. I wanted to dance to the aisles of the theater.
When Drax like waves goodbye to Mantis, and then he's all sad, but then starts dancing with all the kids. I loved that.
Yeah,
it was really adorable.
It was really sweet, man. Florence and the Machine. I got dragged to see them live by a girl I was dating at one point, and I thought they were really annoying live. They were like very earnest and made me uncomfortable. I do like some of their songs. That one's good.
All right.
Yeah. You know what their best song is? Shake It Up. You know that one?
No, I like the TV show, though.
What?
That's the Zendaya. The old
right.
Zendaya. Bella Thorne.
Oh, yeah. Bella Thorne. I'm a fan of her OnlyFans page.
Yeah, I bet you are.
All right. What else you got?
I don't know. I guess we talked about that great action scene, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. That's when that plays.
Yeah, that ruled. I was excited. I was excited for my girlfriend because she's a big Beastie Boys fan. Like, that's her favorite music act. She was sitting next to me, so she was popping for the Beastie Boys, and then it played during like the fucking best action scene in the movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I feel like we talked about everybody, really.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I feel like maybe I had like one more thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm like blanking on it. Shit.
Oh, can I tell you something I did like?
Tell me.
Did not like. Rocket Raccoon. Remember in Guardians 2 where Rocket Raccoon says, because we're the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy. And you're like, yeah, that's right.
That's where they should have used that fucking in that movie.
Maybe. But and then in this one, they're like, he's going to kill the High Emperor guy. And he's like, but then he doesn't kill him. And they're like, why didn't you kill him? And he's like, because I'm a freaking Guardian of the Galaxy. And I thought that didn't work so well.
Oh, I didn't realize that it was a callback to the second one. So,
really?
Yeah. Although it was a little cringy. Probably the cringiest moment of the movie.
Yeah. Well, I guess probably more cringy if you know it's just a callback and that's the only purpose for it. I didn't like that. That's one of the few gripes that I had about it.
All right. I can see it.
Honestly, I love basically all this movie.
All right, what do you give it?
It was long. It's 2.5 hours.
I gotta say,
for a second,
it benefited from me not looking at the runtime. Like, I didn't check the runtime before I went into the theater, and I feel like I would have been thinking about it. Like, oh, it's so fucking long, god damn it. But, like, I sat there, I didn't even pee, Logan. And I always pee during movies.
I didn't go either.
So I was just, like, invested. Then, like, I guess I started feeling the length a little bit at some point, but then like right after that, it felt like we were in like the final action sequence. So I was like, all right, well, that's fine.
No, I didn't feel it. One thing I wanted to bring up, they have to go and get this card to go save Rocket Raccoon. They have to get it out of this guy's head. Did you know who that guy was?
Wait, a card out of a guy's
There's like a thing inside somebody's head that they have to go get. And that thing is going to help save Rocket Raccoon or something.
Yeah, who was that?
It was two-time Survivor player Zeke Smith's boyfriend, Nico Santos.
Who's Nico Santos?
He's like an actor. He's in was he in like Superstore or something like that?
Wait,
Let me look up Nico Santos.
Zane.
I thought you were gonna pop for Nico Santos.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's in Superstore.
Yeah, I recognized him. So he's dating Zane, the trans fella from Survivor, because
Zeke, not Zane. Zeke Smith. Remember Zeke?
That's what I got confused. If you said Zeke, in
said
my
Zeke.
head I pictured Zane, the first boot from Survivor Philippines.
Yeah, the redhead guy with the Frankenstein.
Yeah, and I
tattoo.
was like, that guy's dating somebody that's a star?
No, Zeke Smith, the one that Jeff Varner outed.
Yeah, who Jeff Varner outed during a tribal council.
The wildest moment in Survivor history.
One of the craziest ever. And everyone would just agreed, like, all right, we're sending you home because you're a piece of shit.
Even Sarah Lucina was present there. She was like, Jeff Varner, you've got to go. That's
I know.
too much. Yeah, but I wanted to bring that up.
Sarah Lucina's MAGA, for those of you in the audience. But yeah, that's interesting. He's dating Zeke.
Yeah, they've been going strong for a few years now, I think.
Wow, good for Zeke.
I actually
Good for
don't even
both
know.
of
I didn't
them.
look that
That's
up. They're
cute.
still dating. But at last I heard.
That's very sweet. And he had all his scenes with someone else I like, right?
The High Emperor guy? Oh, there's like a woman. Right?
Yeah, with Miriam Shore.
Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know her.
she's good. She's a good actor. I see her in a lot of stuff. She's in The Americans, among other things.
All right. Judy Greer's in this movie. She plays War Pig.
Yeah, she's that pig with the big tusk.
Oh, Stallone was back. Yeah, that was fun to see Stallone.
It was nice to see Stallone. It was nice to see Rooker and his little cameo at the end. I loved Sean Gunn learning to use that little whistle dart.
Yeah, that was great. But
Yeah.
then he still fucks up, but then the dog crushes him with the wall.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
when he says, good doggy.
Yeah.
I saw people have been complaining that Sean Gunn, or not Sean Gunn, his brother, who directed this? James Gunn, that he's been putting his wife in movies. They say like that he sucks for doing that, but I thought she was pretty good in this movie. I had like no problem with her.
Who's his wife?
She's like a blonde lady in a control room at one point. She's credited as Administrator Quall.
Well, it's not like he's giving her big roles. I'd be giving James Gunn shit if like his wife was one of the
Gamora.
Guardians of the Galaxy or something. But like,
Yeah.
it's just like a little cameo. That's all right.
They're like, yeah, next question. Yeah, James, who are you casting as Gamora? Well, it's actually going to be my wife. That would suck if he revealed that Gamora was his wife.
Man, what if he made his wife Jenna Fisher? Man, if Gamora that would cause problems in the household
Yeah, well, definitely. I don't
because
think
that
he would
was
do
his ex-wife.
Yeah, I don't think that he would ever do that.
I remember I liked them as a couple. I was sad when they broke up, but I'm glad they're both happy now.
Who's she with? Oh, she's just happy with her podcast.
Yeah, she's with Angela.
Angela?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Who?
Angela's name.
Angela Kinsey.
Angela Kinsey, yeah. Man, they haven't finished that yet. We're already on season 3 of Buffy. They haven't finished The Office.
The Office is 9 seasons.
But they have been going for 3 years. And they actually get paid to do that. Like that's their job.
Well, I bet you some weeks they're not talking about episodes. They're like just interviewing people from the show and shit.
We got Kevin on this week.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about the chili.
That probably is what it is, man. Like that. I've never listened to Office Ladies, but that's what I assume it is. It's like, hey, we've got that IT guy with the glasses this week. We're gonna be interviewing him.
Yeah, I bet it is like that. So, Kevin, how many times? That was only one take when you dropped the chili. That's crazy. What was going through your head when that happened?
Yeah.
Well, just don't get it on my shoes.
Yeah. Hey, guy who played Roy. What was it like that episode where you threw the glasses against the mirror in the bar, huh? Is that hard?
Roy. I like Roy.
I like Roy too. Hey,
Roy's good.
you're going to see Roy as a demon on Angel.
No way.
I swear to you.
What's that guy's name? Roy. I see him in movies.
David
sometimes.
Denman.
Yeah, I like him. I actually really like him.
Yeah, he's a good actor. All right. Let's wrap up. What do you give this movie?
All right. I've never given an MCU movie 5, and I'm not going to do it today, but I think this might be the best MCU movie, and maybe I'll go 5 in the future, but I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 4 stars, but I love this movie. I really had a great time.
It's a 4, and I got to say, I was fully expecting to give this movie a 3.
Yeah.
Like, I was at, like, an automatic 3 in my head, like, the whole movie. And then, like, near the end, I was like, wait a second. I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. I think I gotta go 4.
Yeah.
All right. So, who's your MVP?
All right. Well, I have a lot of names written down. I wrote down 7 possible names. I don't think you can actually pick all these people, but I wrote down Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
I wrote down Peter Quill, Nebula, Mantis, Drax, Gamora, and James Gunn. All right.
So all the main characters and the writer-director.
Yes, but I didn't include Groot in that Guardians group there.
Wow.
So,
He's never going to be the MVP. He's
and you
just
know
a
who-
fun little side.
who I'm going to go with in this movie? I'm going to go the one and only Mantis.
Wow,
I
you
absolutely
love Mantis.
Love Mantis.
Yeah.
Yes. And her and Drax's relationship, that really worked for me. When
Well,
she's like,
that's
Yeah.
who I'm going with. Batista. He's my MVP.
great. I love the part where Nebula pushes Drax and she's like, "Hey, you can call him stupid all you want, but don't push him." Like that's really sweet.
Yeah.
And there's another moment where she's talking to Drax and she's like, "Drax, go tell Peter the thing that I told you to tell him." And she makes Drax go do it. I just love their the full dynamic. Very very cute.
Yeah, man. Like, it's the kind of thing, like, for me, the ultimate compliment to a movie is, would I watch a really long television series of these characters? And the answer is yes.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. You know what else I loved? I loved Ravager Gamora's hair.
Ravager
how, like-
Gamora's hair.
Like this version of Gamora's hair. You know how it was all like dirty and stringy and gross, like a Ravager. I thought that they just did a great job with that.
I didn't notice it.
What are you talking about?
All right, who's your LVP?
My LVP.
You know, I was thinking about going with that dude who's Zeke's boyfriend.
Yeah, I have him written down here.
Yeah.
I mean, who else is there? I don't want to go the High Emperor. I don't want to go
Evolutionary. God.
I don't want to go I don't want to go Kraglin.
Who's
I don't want to go.
Oh, that's,
that's
James
Sean
Gunn. Oh, Sean Gunn, sorry.
We both mixed them up.
Yeah.
I don't want to go the dog. I don't want to go Ratcatcher 2 from the Suicide Squad. I thought she was really cool here. I don't want to go Will Poulter. I don't want to go DeBakey. I don't want to go Fillion. What do you do?
How about Stallone?
It crossed my mind, but I can't do it. I don't want to do it.
He seemed a little checked out in this one. Like, he was just like, he read his lines like the day of and was just reading them.
Yeah, but I'd rather go Nico Santos than Stallone.
Yeah, me too. I mean, if we're talking value, Stallone adds value just by showing up.
Yeah, I did like how they killed Nico Santos. They like fly out of a thing with him, and then like he dies like drowned in a thing. I don't know.
I don't remember.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
I'll
go
go
with
Nico Santos LVP.
All right, we'll both be homophobes. Give it to the only gay guy in the movie.
Well, I went with a woman. That's pretty good. You went with a man.
Yeah,
MVP.
big burly man.
Yeah, not me.
A man's man. Dave Bautista. Well, he's not really a man, Logan. He's an animal.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Is that it?
I think so. Right?
Great stuff. How do you rank them? 3, 3, 1, 2?
3, 1, 2.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so yeah, come back. Patreon.com/thefranchise this week. Faith, Hope, and Trick, and Beauty and the Beasts over there on the Buffy's Angels. You could hear Logan make some Sweet Life of Zack and Cody references, and then We've got Hey, I'm Watching here. I'll be talking about lots of stuff, including the new season of The Conners, which I'm gonna finish today.
Wow.
Oh, and
Are you gonna finish Lost? You watched The Conners before Lost?
we're on the last episode of Lost.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna finish it.
Probably finish both. And then next week on the show, of course, Dawn of the Dead by Zachy Boy Snyder, and also Land of the Dead by George Romero. So stay tuned right here as well to the Patreon feed. And if you've got
Scream
them both
6
in the
commentary.
same feed, Dianu. Yeah, we're also going to do a commentary track on Scream 6 because it's on Paramount Plus now, and we've done all the other ones.